today in the crypto market, some wild news headlines, and we'll be covering all of it in this stream. So be sure to stick with me until the very end. And let's start things off taking a look at BTC. Because right now we are seeing Bitcoin pull back a bit, all right? So we did end up losing the $62,000 level. That is Monday's low price. And we have come down now to around 60K. All right, so from here on out, we did not get the bullish scenario. So what do we expect? Sticking to the analysis, sticking to the plan. $58.5 thousand likely gets hit next. And as well, if we go to the higher time frames like the daily, we have these untapped lows over here at 57,450. All right, so just some quick Bitcoin analysis before we get into these wild news stories, which, I mean, it's really, if you haven't heard the news yet, it's going to kind of shock you. It's just really funny as well. So anyways, Bitcoin lost Monday's low, and we're looking for 58,500 next to 57,450. So with that, let's get into some news. So if you haven't heard yet, the FBI has been creating tokens on Ethereum and reaching out to market makers as a bit of a sting operation. So let's get into this. So Cointelegraph here says, Justin, FBI created Next Fund AI, a crypto token to catch suspects in a crypto fraud case. 3 market makers, ZM Quant, CLS Global, and MyTrade, I believe Gotbit as well, are charged with allegedly wash trading or conspiring to wash trade for the FBI investigation. All right, so pretty wild stuff. You hear me talking about market makers all the time here, and to the people that don't have a lot of experience in the markets and don't understand what a market maker is, their job is literally to paint the chart, to trade the chart, and they have an objective, a quota, if you will, to get the token price to a certain, or to get the token to a certain price by a certain date, stuff like that. All right, market makers are in charge of moving the market. It's exactly that. They make the market. And in crypto, it's a very rigged game, if you haven't noticed. And here we have some clean-cut, foolproof evidence that, which we already knew, the crypto market it's a meme. It's also a complete scam, basically. And here we have concrete proof that there's been large market maker firms conspiring to do shady things. All right, so not really a surprise, but it's interesting to see it actually come to light. So we have a tweet here by DB. He says, "Wow, this case gets even more insane. The FBI created their own token called the Next Fund AI token and enlisted the services of the firms indicated to catch them. The FBI took the unprecedented step of creating its very own cryptocurrency token and company to identify, disrupt, and bring these alleged fraudsters to justice. The Next Fund AI token was a cryptocurrency token created at the direction of law enforcement. Next Fund AI operated on the Ethereum blockchain and was a security." All right, so some interesting stuff here, some interesting takeaways. First of all, remember in February, March, when all these new AI coins popping up out of nowhere with a website saying they're doing decentralized cloud services and they're building AI and all this stuff. Most of them were scams because they did exactly what the feds did. They made a website, they made a fake company, and they made a token on the Ethereum blockchain, which any idiot can do nowadays. This market it's basically a total swamp, if you will. And here we have some interesting news coming to light. Next Fund AI. So with that, this guy J. Connor Rogan on Twitter, he's been doing some investigative journalism work, and he's been digging into the FBI and what they've been up to. So we can see this tweet here by Connor. He says, "Not sure if the FBI realized this, but they doxed their wallets. Shortly after deployment, the wallet that seeded the FBI wallet deployed capital to multiple other wallets, making dozens of trades. FBI wallets own at least 75% of the token supply, from what he can tell." So the FBI have recently deposited to Binance. Interesting, right? The FBI can use Binance. No American citizen is allowed to use it, but the FBI uses it, as well as HTX. Very interesting stuff. Here's part of their portfolio if you want to copy trade. They only have Ethereum, basically, currently. Also, who would have ever thought that a wallet associated with the FBI currently owns 1.7 billion tokens of a coin called Porn Rocket. And it looks like this coin, Porn Rocket, was created back in 2021 on the Binance Smart Chain. And the FBI bought it, right? The timeline, the storyline just keeps on getting weirder and weirder. It's really wild. So they also own some other coins you can see. You guys remember Ethereum Max down here? Floyd Mayweather, Kim Kardashian, right? They're all promoting it like crazy in 2021. Well, the FBI for some reason owns that coin, as well as some other winners, as this guy says, right? All these tokens have been, I mean, they're all scams, every single one of them, basically. So it's a bit wild. This is funny. This guy says 710 bone your tax dollars at work. Wild stuff, guys. Absolutely wild stuff. So anyways, that's what's happening in the world of crypto. The feds have been here, guys. The feds have been here the whole time, and it looks like they're doing some stuff to clean up the space. But I mean, look, we can take a look around and realize that it's a swamp and it goes pretty deep. Cabals, market makers, whoever, groups organizing things to manipulate prices and basically just fleece money out of the market left and right. Yeah, so crazy stuff. Here is the official article from Cointelegraph. So the SEC, FBI, Department of Justice coordinated takedown of 4 fraudulent crypto firms. So Gotbit, they left out Gotbit in this tweet. Gotbit's a major crypto market maker, guys, right? Like a lot, they've been market making a lot of meme coins, as well as EWF Labs. But anyways, so organized by a Vietnamese citizen living in California. Anyways, it looks like some justice is coming to light. I think this is just the start of a big reckoning. But we'll see. We'll find out. Here's a funny joke for you all by Evans. He says the FBI chose to launch the coin on Ethereum instead of Solana because they didn't want to step on the CIA's toes. Get it? There's a long-standing kind of rumor or assumption that the Solana is like a Fed chain as well, created by the CIA. Right, pops up out of nowhere, heavily backed by FTX, which turned out to kind of be a money laundering scheme to one political party. Basically dies and gets resurrected back to life. Billions of dollars pour into it. So anyways, a bit of a funny joke there, right? They use ETH instead of SOL because they didn't want to step on the CIA's toes. Could be some truth to that. There very well could be some truth to that. And here's a funny tweet as well. On Polymarket, there's a new betting poll. Ansem criminal charge in 2024 is at 50% chance after this recent news comes to light. I mean, Cardi B just made a meme coin the other day and instantly rug pulled it. And of course, Ansem tweeted about the coin on his timeline just before the rug pull. So yeah, guys, it's getting interesting here. Yeah, the market definitely is changing, I would say, from what it was. Does this mean that memes are dead and they're going to crack down on all this insider stuff? To an extent, they probably will, but I don't see meme coins kind of dying. Also, one moment. Also, another breaking news about meme coins. So Zach XBT over here, he went ahead and he did some on-chain research and he found 11 wallets tied to Murad, who's the current meme coin Jesus, who had his presentation at Singapore Token 2049. Coins like SPX, Giga, ticker Bitcoin, you know the deal. So anyways, he's holding $24 million in meme coins on Ethereum and Solana. And all Zach did here was just kind of do some work, and he found that Murad's wallets were funded by the STFX team address, which is Murad's fund that he has some kind of relation to. So he didn't try to hide his wallets at all because he funded them from the team address of the team he's associated with. But he hasn't sold any of the meme coins, and he's holding $24 million of them. But the thing with Murad was he bought all the coins. He didn't make the coin, right? Like some other people. we won't name any names here, Brett. But yeah. Anyways, that's what's going on here in the world of crypto. And I think it's only going to get more interesting from here. But yeah, I don't see meme coins kind of dying out. I think the ones that are proven to not be cabal, like the organic ones, likely stay. Which ones are the organic ones? Well, it doesn't take too long to decipher any of them. But I think Ticker Bitcoin is an organic one personally. I think all of Murad's memes are mostly organic, actually. Anyway, Ticker Bitcoin over here did end up breaking out into an all-time high to around 30 cents. It has since pulled back to 22 cents, basically kind of retesting the breakout. This one, I think, has a high probability to follow in coins like SPX and Giga's footsteps. Whether it wants to go down first and continue being in its 450-day plus range or break out, time will tell. But I think the organic memes are really going to start shining over the cabal memes going forward. With all of this news coming to light, this is likely only the beginning of things, with this huge kind of reckoning, if you will, justice. But yeah, it's really interesting stuff, and we'll see what continues to happen from it. So there's your breaking news for the day. Moving on, we do also have some other news about AI coins. So first of all, OpenAI is trying to accuse Elon Musk of harassment, trying to sue him. OpenAI just continues to kind of dig their own grave. And with that being said, there was $12 billion in funding of AI startups in Q3 of this year. All right, so $12 billion. I think this is very, very bullish for AI coins, especially the legitimate ones, right? Obviously not Next Fund AI created by the FBI or any of the LARP AI projects that were made this year, right, to just fleece people out of their money. But coins like Tau I see doing extremely well going into next year. And it's a very good sign that $12 billion was poured into AI funding, and money will flow into crypto. Money will flow into blockchain AI, the legitimate projects, the winners. And Tau is a huge winner, and it's only going to keep winning. So it is pulling back right now with the overall market. And there's a good chance it comes back to the 400s now. You see my price tag I have here at 436. I don't remember when I put that there, but if we look on the daily, that's a level that does make a lot of sense to revisit down here in the mid to low fours. That's if Bitcoin comes down to 58.5, which at this point it likely does. There's a chance it holds this low over here, the daily 200 EMA at 60,000, but more likely than not, it comes down and grabs this liquidity underneath these untapped lows at around 57, 58. So it looks like we'll be getting some more discounts on alts across the board. Things have definitely slowed down. A lot of people might blame this news, right? Because if we look at these meme coins as well, with Murad's wallets getting doxxed, coins like SPX put in a wild candle today. The big boys took some profit, right? It dropped 44%. It was bought back up. But this is the first kind of major drop that these coins have had since they went parabolic. So yeah, I mean, doxing his wallets definitely caused a bit of a shock to the market, and I think some big players took profits because of that. As we can see, Giga as well pulling back on the day with the news, 26%, got bought up a bit. But yeah, it does appear that, or I'll say, like, people are going to blame all this news for the chart dumping, for Bitcoin dumping. It was in the charts the whole time, right? This move was in the charts the whole time. I did want to see a move I wanted to see support hold at the Monday low, but we gave this scenario. I talked about this a lot, the Monday low losing it and going down to 58.5. So this was written in the charts. Price made its decision, people always like to ask, why did this dump happen? Why did the sell-off happen? It's always written in the charts well ahead of time, guys, right? The news is largely irrelevant to the price chart, especially on a day like this where you see a small drop on Bitcoin. People are going to blame the news. No, it's not the news. It was the market. Anyways, shout out to Armzilla. Let's get into some chats here, guys. Shout out to Armzilla. He says, hold me, Connor. I'm scared. Stay safe out there in Florida, man. Hopefully that storm dies down by the time it hits you guys. But it looks very, very brutal over there. Lights F says, wrong mic. It sounds like webcam. Let me check. It shouldn't be. Nah, it's probably because I'm not talking into it directly, maybe. But this is the correct mic. Should be working fine. Let me know if that's a little better. But anyway, stay safe down there in Florida. Sounds like your webcam mic. It's been the Shure SM7B the whole time. Can we get some confirmation in the chat right now that the mic is good to go before I continue? I was just talking for 15 minutes. All good. All right, we got a thumbs up from Matt and Adrian Kent. Thank you guys. Appreciate the thumbs up. All right, so it must be you, Lights F. It must be you on the mic. Your computer. Anyways, shout out to Be Cool. Shout out to Mary77. He says, hello, Connor. Thoughts on Kaspa? YouTuber selling CAS. Can it hit $1.50 this bull run? Bought at 18 and 19. I'm so stressed. So yeah, CAS right now, basically it appears that this was a bit of a premium for CAS up here, near 20 cents. The breakout did not happen. Instead, it dumped. So what's your question? Can it hit 150 this bull run? I do still think that's possible, but it does look like it wants to put in a bit of a corrective period now, being that it hasn't really lost market structure, but it's filling the wick from the crash on August 5th. All right, you guys remember that big flash crash flush out on August 5th. Kaspa is now making its way back down to this price. So can it hit 150 this bull run? I do think that's possible. We would need a broad altcoin season for that to happen. And also with CAS looking back, it held up extremely strong when everything else was just dumping. So it looks like equilibrium is coming into play and CAS is getting its dumping period now. But as it stands right now, it looks quite weak on the daily, lost all moving averages. And it looks like it wants to come visit the yearly open around 11 cents. Shout out to Ringo37. He says, hey, Connor, love your live streams. You're the best, always keeping it real. Appreciate that, Ringo. Feel like a thumb says, any hope for Big Mike? Well, being that, I think there's some hope, and let me explain why. If you look at any of these polls for the election, it's Trump, Kamala, and who's the third name always there? It's always Big Mike. All right. So if they do any kind of switch up or anything in the next 28 days or whatever, then yeah, there's some hope. I don't think the Obamas are leaving the political scene. So that name will still be relevant. But yeah, just the fact if you look at any polls, Big Mike's always the first name mentioned after Trump and Kamala. So I think there is still some hope for Big Mike because of that reason. Dina says, hi, Connor. Can you please tell me how to unregister to the World Series of Trading on Bybit? I registered as a mistake. I'm not a trader. Dina, I would just contact their support and tell them to unregister you. They can likely just do it for you right away. Let's see. Mary says OXO exchange is coming soon. That's been a long time coming, Mary. A very long time coming. OXO right now pulling back along with the entire market. Maybe wants to come back down and retest the 10-cent support at this point. We got to check out that actually on the exact date, because honestly, guys, at this point, with any big news release, is a sell the news event at this point in time, right? The Kaspa KRC20 tokens sell the news. I mean, OXO releasing their exchange, I mean, it's a catalyst for whales to dump and sell the news. So maybe a little bit cautious, just thinking out loud right here. But with that, all of these kind of recent crackdowns on stuff just makes the case for OXO even more bullish. Right? It's literally a privacy exchange and a private wallet on Ethereum. So nobody will be able to dox any wallets and stuff like that. But anyways, thinking out loud, we'll see what that date is. I'll do some research, but every big event has been a sell the news event. So just be careful about that. Shout out to Be Cool saying to smash the like button. Thank you, Be Cool. How much will 150 TAL be worth by the end of the bull run? Well, that's the way you asked that question, by the end of the bull run. By the end of the bull run, it's probably going to be worth a lot less than it was earlier in the run, right? Because at the end of the run, it's going to be, especially if TAL leads again, it's probably going to peak before everything else and maybe drop alongside everything else at the end. But I think it will be worth several $100,000, I reckon. Let's see. Silva Dollar says, smash the like button and welcome to the live. Shout out to the Silva Dollar. Thank you for being here. Appreciate your support, guys. Smash that like button. Miko says, Qubic dumped in my portfolio, hit a new all-time low. Thank God PumpTober begins soon. Yeah, PumpTober is looking a bit rough to start. So Qubic dumping as well. I mean, the entire market's dumping. I wouldn't really call it related to one specific altcoin. But yeah, Qubic back at 1,700 per billion. Remember, CFB apparently put in a $500,000 buy order down here. All right, so I mean, that's probably the most liquidity on this entire pair on any exchange. So good chance CFB gets his orders filled down here at 1,500 per billion. If that is his order, of course. Let's see. We got Random19. He says, hello, Connor. What's your thoughts on what market cap dog go to moon can do? Dog go to moon. What's ticker? I'm not sure. I haven't really seen that meme before. Lucas, thinking about swapping Ondo for Rio. Good choice. Let's do some investigative journalism. So we'll pair up Rio against Ondo. So currently, you get 1.59 Rio per Ondo. Or I should say, one Rio costs 1.59 Ondo. All right. So yeah, this looks like a great chart actually. It looks like Rio is set to outperform Ondo after underperforming the entire year basically. Two strong weekly candles, bit of a bullish consolidation structure. And I do think Rio will outperform Ondo just because of tokenomics, market cap, those types of things. They're much more in Rio's favor to put in a better performance. So I think that's a good move. And again, Rio has been my main real world asset pick for this entire cycle for over a year now. Shout out to Michael DJI Manor. He says, greetings to everyone. Connor, nice to catch you live this hour. Do you also, it looks like you stopped typing there, Michael. Shout out to Adrian. Shout out to Emin saying October. Where is PumpTober? Yeah, that's a good question, man. Where is PumpTober? PumpTober. It's nowhere to be seen right now, that's for sure. Look on the weekly, 2 red weeks. Look on the monthly, big fat red monthly candle so far. So yeah, October's nowhere to be seen yet. Shout out to Jazzy. He says, good to see you, legend. What is your price prediction for AGI? Appreciate you, my man. Delicium, good coin. Put it in a nice bull flag right now, it looks like. And it would be a major sign of weakness if this thing comes down here and just loses this level. But what's my price prediction for Delicium? I think $2.50 to $5, $2.50 to $5 is a somewhat fair price prediction. But I just want to verify those numbers. Yeah, that's very possible. So at a 5.6 billion market cap, AGI would be worth $5. 250 is a 2.8. Yeah, that's very possible. Very, very possible for AGI to pull those numbers. I'm gonna give my opinion on Demetria DMTR. So it's some kind of farming AI blockchain thing. Seems like some decent real world tech, but it's not something I'm interested in holding. I know it went up from like a less than a 1 million market cap, and it did, fairly well. So I don't know. It's already done very good. Like from the start of the cycle last year, 2023, you can see that the price increased massively. Let's go actually look at the chart. I remember this thing being shilled left and right at some point in time. So yeah, this is 2023. It went up 45x. This year, it went up 8x. I wouldn't focus on this for AI coins. I would look elsewhere. Thoughts on the FUD on SUI? What is the FUD on SUI? As far as I'm concerned right now, SUI has been kind of the best place to trade memes, the best liquidity right now. What's the FUD on SUI? That it's a Fed chain, that it's going to die and go to zero, stuff like that. I mean, they say that about every chain. So that being said, SUI does look like a likely candidate to lose its Monday low over here and correct further. But I'm not too sure. I'm not well researched on the most up-to-date FUD on SUI. Emin, my man, good to see you. Shout out to Scorch888 for being here. How you doing, lad? What do I think about Render? I like Tau better than Render. Where is the pump you've been saying for a while, Connor? Harry, that's a great question, man. Wish it was here right now with us, but it ain't. Why such a strange sound from your mic? I wish I knew, man. I wish I knew why there was a strange sound from my mic. I don't know what it sounds like. I have to mute myself and play the live stream now to hear it. Sounds like a little echoey, but it doesn't sound weird. But I'll get it fixed after today's live stream. Thank you for letting me know about that. Be cool. Qubic had a great buy level. Yeah, remember CFB's level is 1,500 per billion, so it can definitely come lower. Let's see. Michael says, greetings, Connor. Do you also agree that when QUAI network is released, it's going to take more funds out of Kaspa competitional-wise, since QUAI NT have a better, stronger tech compared to Kaspa? Michael, it's a bit of a loaded question. Do I agree with that? Not really, because I need to do more research on what you're saying over here with these coins. But I appreciate you letting me know about them. Hey, Connor, can you take a look at Karrat? Lots of KOL shilling, but price action has been bad. So it's simply punishing the people that FOMO the top right now, along with everything else in the market. Right? We had a really nice start. Or I should say we had a really nice end to September. Market basically front ran the FOMC rate cuts. And everything's kind of pulling back right now. So yeah, Karrat chart. I mean, some heavy selling going on for sure. It breached through the golden pocket already, and looks like it wants to come down to 35 cents, possibly 30 cents down here. But yeah, in regards to the KOL shilling, I know Alex Becker's big on this and his other seed round gaming coins. Again, the market's smartened up a lot. If gaming does become a prime core and main narrative, gaming coins, his coins will pump. But yeah, I'm not sure the market wants to buy all the coins that, are just heavily pre-saled and all the influencers get their supply and all this stuff. We'll see what happens. We'll see, because there's many fair projects out there that have fully diluted, tokenomics that don't have pre-sale investors waiting to dump on you. So yeah, Karrat looks like it wants to come back down to the 78.6. Also lines up perfectly with the horizontal level on the chart, previous support level. But yeah, Becker's largely irrelevant now, man. Nobody, who watches him? He's been wrong since the start of the cycle. Remember last year, 2023 in September, he's calling for a recession, saying Bitcoin would go to 12K or whatever. I mean, look, nobody's has a 100% hit rate, but I mean that he can't hit a broadside of a barn. CRAI, new coin. Ah, cool. One dashboard for KOL management and holistic insights. Explore a comprehensive dashboard to gain valuable insights and observe direct cause and effect relationships when a key opinion leader engages with your company or ticker. So this actually looks somewhat interesting and useful. And it's something I will look into more after the stream. But yeah, chart looks decent. I mean, Connor, is it logical to exchange my Arkham tokens with Qubic from CFB position you mentioned? That's totally up to you, man. Arkham's never been a coin that I was interested in getting into. I've been a holder of Qubic for over a year now, actually, or around a year. That's something that you need to. I think Qubic will outperform Arkham, but that's a decision you need to make on your own. And the mic is fine. Good to know that. I thought the mic was fine as well. I'm not sure why some people are saying that it has bad volume. And how's Tectum doing? Tectum's still holding $10, albeit it's right at 1050 at the kind of big level. Yeah, Tectum's not doing bad. It's not doing good. It's just kind of straight up sideways right now, moving alongside the market. Not too much of a sell-off with Bitcoin selling off 2% right now, so that's good to see. But when it comes to every single altcoin on the market, none of them are doing anything until Bitcoin allows it, and Bitcoin isn't allowing anything to pump right now except for memes, which are largely uncorrelated to the market, and they can pump when they want because retail likes it, or is it the FBI pumping them? Who knows? Regardless, all of these coins, all these fundamental coins, they're not going to do anything until Bitcoin allows it. And at this point, it looks like Bitcoin will not allow it until it comes down here to the 58K area and then makes its decision whether it wants to pump, or if it loses 58K, I mean, the lows are on the table again. The 40Ks are on the table again. So yeah, we'll have a big test probably sometime this week. It's only Wednesday right now. And Phantom now allows base. Very good for base coins. No problem. Emin and Raul says, Brett or Radium, two different coins. What's better? So Brett's a meme coin. Radium is an exchange that facilitates meme coin trading. So if you want a much less risk, less reward option, you go with Radium. If you are a fan of Crash and you think that he will continue to have success in his meme coin calls, I think he will personally. We'll then go with Brett. But one is a meme, one is meme coin infrastructure. So it's up to you how risky you want to be or how safe you want to be. Anyways, guys, quick live stream today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Some shocking news we went over. Hope you found that part insightful. And as it stands right now, market's pulling back. Bitcoin looks like it wants 58.5 thousand US dollars. And we'll find out what's going to happen next from there. All right, we'll be back live tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed this one and have a good night.